There are a few factors when it comes to team meetings which are, if not unique to the aid sector, accentuated with the aid sector. And they can be quite kind of real challenges, so they're worth thinking about. One of those is having lots of remote participants. It's very common in the aid sector that nobody is in the same location as their team members, or a few people are in a few different locations, or even if you're all nominally based in one location, well, everybody's off doing different things, monitoring visits, field work, trips to HQ and so on. So you often end up all calling in, and some of that is with terrible connectivity. Again, if you go online and you search for team meeting tips or online meetings tips, a lot of them are based around the idea that people are going to have access to excellent internet wherever they're calling from. Well, that simply isn't the reality that you've got in this sector. The internet keeps getting better. You don't want to assume that people don't have access to that, but it certainly is a real challenge still in lots of places. Again, related to that, you have lots of travel and change within the team meeting group. So you have people going to the field, going to HQ, going to regional meetings, people who are away for leave or personal reasons or something like that. And so the team in the group that you're having the meeting with can change its composition a lot. You also have very high turnover in the team, right? Different people are in the job for 6 months, a year. So you're not building up the same kinds of relationships that you might be if you're a team in in an insurance company or something where people stick around for significantly longer. And people in the aid sector are very, very stressed. It's not unique to the aid sector because people are very stressed working in banks. I know people who work in banks, they're very stressed. I know people who work in local councils and they're very stressed. I know people in all sorts of jobs, teachers, nurses, doctors, right? It's not like these are stress-free occupations. But in the aid sector, it's really amped up and people, again, often cut off or have other factors isolated that mean that their stress levels and the burnout that they experience can be much greater. Often you've got people who are actually burnt out. So not just feeling stressed, feeling worn out, but actually kind of frazzled and can't really engage with people in the right way anymore. That's a real challenge for team meetings and much more common in the aid sector than in others. You've got big diversity too. In any country in which you're working, actually, there's often massive diversity between the capital city and rural areas, even maybe wherever you're from in the world, that's probably something that you'd see. But like lots of the countries with big humanitarian operations have so many different ethnic groups, languages, all of this. So you've got big diversity between internationals and national people from who are coming into a country and people who are from that country where they're working. That can be a source of challenge in the meetings, different ways of talking with that different culture, different ways of interacting, different ways of presenting a problem or something like that. But also whatever kind of team you've got a great deal of diversity because you've got different job roles and things like this, right? So there's all these different aspects of diversity, right, that are there. And all of these are challenges which, as I say, they're not unique to the aid sector, but they're often greatly heightened, and they're all kind of pulling at the cohesion of your team. They're all kind of making it even harder for you to have a successful, productive, pleasant team meeting. So these are things that really can make it hard.